Right. Hi, this is Eric Martin at Board Game Geek here with Patrick from Days of Wonder, taking an early look at Ticket to Ride the Heart of Africa, an expansion due out.
Yeah, it due mid-November, mid-December is when
Mid-December. All right, right in time for the
Christmas.
holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, you got to do this. So, like the other map collection sets, this is going to be a new board with a new set of tickets.
Brand new board, yeah. New set of destination cards. You still use the old train cards from either Ticket to Ride or Ticket to Ride Europe.
Okay.
And it also adds a new game mechanic. It has terrain cards. And so what terrain cards do, oh no, what terrain cards do is they allow you to double your points whenever you claim a route. And so, say I was trying to claim, where's it, 2 orange? 2 orange right here with these guys. And in order to double those points, I could also possess this terrain card, which applies to yellow, orange, and red, so I can use it on any of these routes.
Okay.
And for a route that is 1, 2, or 3 trains long, I need 1 terrain card, and if it's 4, 5, or 6 trains long, then I need 2 terrain cards.
Okay.
So that's how you double your points.
And so how are we acquiring these cards? We draft them just like the other
you
cards?
draft them in the same way that you draft your train tickets or your train cards. And so rather than 5 that are out here, there are only 2. So you can always see 2. You can still draw off the top randomly. Okay. And you can mix and match. So you can take one of these or 2 or anything you like.
Okay.
The other interesting thing about the terrain cards is that they're public information. Everybody can see them. And the reason for that is you can defend against
so
me.
when you draft this,
When you draft it, it stays out. Yeah, not like your train cards where you're holding them in your hand, keeping it secret.
Okay.
This thing everybody can see. So for example, if you had 2 jungle cards and I had 1 jungle card, I would be unable to play this terrain card because I would have to match how many you have. So that works for every player. So someone can have 3 or 4, or they can go up to as many terrain cards as they want in order to defend against other people using those terrain cards.
Okay.
So you still get rid of them in the same way that you get rid of train cards when you use it. So you can't just stack them, up till the end of the game. So they still go away. So it's a balance of when do you keep them so other people can't use them, and when do you use them so that you can get
So
double
I'm
points.
drafting these cards to potentially lock other people out from doubling their score while holding on to use them at the appropriate moment.
while using them at the same
appropriate moment.
Yeah, and the other mechanics are the same. You're still laying track. You're still trying to block people off. This game has the Globetrotter bonus, which means that the person who collects or punches the most tickets at the end of the game gets extra 10 points. So rather than like longest route on the traditional game where whoever has the longest connecting one gets extra points, this person gets it for the punch.
And so there's a number of spaces that have no names, have no locations. Is this just a different setup?
Yeah, it's just a different setup. It's you still collect for placing your trains on those routes. They just aren't specific cities that line up to the destination cards.
Okay, so I haven't played yet. I mean, you've got 1 copy here.
We have 1 copy,
in advance. Now, it seems like though it would force more competition because you have fewer cities that you're actually connecting to, versus you're not doing everything. You're actually dividing it up
in
more.
here, like the big desert area, there's not as much competition in here as there is in kind of these spots because a lot of the train routes go along the edges, sort of. They don't hang out in the desert as much. And yeah, it also has the tunnels here where you use 2 locomotives in order to get past there. And like that's one of my favorite spots because if you do 2 terrain cards on this guy, you get 30 points, which is more than most destination cards. And so it's just it's a way to get way more points if you want to.
And the double routes being the same color, any particular reason for that?
Just because you have to. One person can use the purple route if it's a 4-person game, then you use the doubles.
But usually they're different. I mean, we've got one that's different here. But
I think it's just because I think it was just the way they decided to balance it.
To do that.
Yeah, it is interesting that they only have a couple. I think maybe it has something to do with the terrain cards. I wasn't there when they were designing it all.
Just wondering.
Yeah, no.
I do that. All right. Well, thanks very much
Awesome.
for the
Really
overview.
appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Have a good